Hi, I'm Brother Jose Barroso, and welcome back to A Simple Word, where we reflect on the gospel for the coming Sunday. Consider the story of a young woman named Sarah. Sarah had always dreamed of starting her own bakery. After years of planning and saving, she finally opened her bakery. For a while, everything seemed perfect and her business thrived. However, a sudden economic downturn hit and the business slowed down drastically. Bills piled up, and Sarah found herself overwhelmed by anxiety and fear of losing everything she had worked for. One night, feeling utterly defeated, Sarah prayed, asking God why He would let her dream fail. The next morning, she attended church, and while praying, she realized that she had been so focused on the storm around her that she had forgotten to trust in Jesus' presence and power. Inspired by that prayer experience, Sarah decided to place her trust in God. She continued to work hard, but with a renewed sense of peace and faith. Gradually, her business began to pick up again, and she even found new opportunities she had not considered before. Sarah's faith did not remove the challenges, but it gave her the strength and peace to navigate through them. In this gospel passage, Jesus and his disciples are crossing the Sea of Galilee when a sudden and violent storm arises. The disciples, seasoned fishermen, accustomed to the sea, are terrified. Meanwhile, Jesus is asleep. In their panic, they wake up, questioning his care for their safety. Jesus calms the storm with a command and then questions their faith. How many times in our own lives do we allow fear to take control? How many times do we allow our anxieties to paralyze us from experiencing hope and joy? Like the disciples, we often feel afraid and lost when unexpected storms hit us. The disciples cried, "Teacher, do you not care if we perish?" Echoes our own cries when we face overwhelming difficulties and feel that God is silent or absent. Brothers and sisters, in our daily lives, we're often faced with various storms. Personal challenges, health issues, financial difficulties, relational conflicts. Like the disciples, we might feel as if Jesus is asleep and question whether he cares about our struggles. For instance, imagine someone facing a serious illness. The treatments are tough, and the prognosis uncertain. It is easy to feel abandoned and fearful. However, this gospel passage encourages us to bring our fears to Jesus and trust in his presence. We are called to have a faith that he is in control, even when the situation seems dire. The storm highlights how crisis exposes our vulnerabilities and false securities. Our storms reveal our need for solidarity, urging us to support and care for one another as we navigate life challenges together. In doing so, Jesus calls us to a deeper conversion, a return to what truly matters, and a renewed commitment to living our faith with courage and hope. Cardinal Raniero Cantamessa, in one of his homilies, referred to Jesus as the new Moses. Jesus calming the storm parallels the Old Testament narrative where God, through Moses, parts the Red Sea. This parallel emphasizes Jesus as the new liberator, bringing peace and deliverance, not just from a physical storm, but from the chaos of sin and death. We are invited to reflect on our own reaction to life's storms. Do we trust in Jesus' presence and power, or do we all allow fear to overwhelm us? The disciples' fear and subsequent awe at Jesus' command challenges us to deepen our faith, recognizing that he is always with us, guiding us through every trial. The command to go to the other side signifies more than just a physical journey and represents a spiritual journey of faith. Jesus leads us into new territories, often unknown and potentially dangerous, but always with the assurance that his presence is with us. The journey across the sea can be seen as a metaphor for our own life journey, filled with unexpected challenges and storms. Yet these storms are opportunities for growth in faith and trust in Jesus. Jesus' ability to sleep through the storm teaches us of a profound peace and trust in God. This peace is not the absence of trouble, but the presence of God amidst trouble. It is a peace that transcends human understanding and is available to us through a deep relationship with Jesus. In our own lives, we are called to seek this divine peace through prayer, trust, and surrender to God's will. Jesus' rebuke, "Why are you afraid? Have you still no faith?" serves as an agonizing reminder that fear is often rooted in a lack of faith. Faith in this context is not just intellectual assent, but a deep, abiding trust in Jesus' love and power. This call to faith encourages us to rely not on our own strength, but on God's omnipotence and care. The disciples all and question, "Who then is this that even the wind and the sea obey him?" highlights the revelation of Jesus' divine identity. This passage is a powerful testament to Jesus' divinity, reminding us that he is not just the teacher, but the Lord of all creation. Recognizing Jesus' divine authority transforms our approach to life's challenges, instilling confidence that he can calm any storm we face. Regular prayer and contemplation helps us cultivate a deeper awareness of Jesus' presence in our lives, fostering trust and peace. Engaging with scriptures, especially stories of Jesus' miracle, strengthens our faith and reminds us of his power and love. Sharing our faith journey within a community provides mutual encouragement and reminds us that we are not alone in facing life's storms. Practicing small acts of trust in God daily can build our faith, helping us to respond with confidence rather than fear when larger challenges arise. This gospel passage is a powerful passage that encourages us to trust in Jesus' presence and authority amidst the storm of life. It challenges us to deepen our faith, seeking divine peace and recognizing Jesus' lordship over all creation. By embracing these lessons, we can navigate life's difficulties with calm and confident spirits, knowing that Jesus is always with us, ready to bring peace and calm to our hearts. Even today, the misfortunes, the sufferings, the dangers, the stormy patches in our lives make the weak faith of many believers waver as they murmur, or even as the disciples at the sea, forgetting that Christ is always with his faithful and with his church, and that he does not cease to assist them, even though his presence is hidden and silent, like that of the teacher asleep in the boat. Dear brothers and sisters, the great miracle of the gospel passage is that Christ leads his church and each of his members to salvation through storms and adversities. He who firmly believes will not be afraid, but will become a new creature, no longer troubled by tribulations, because he is anchored in the faith of him who died and rose again for us.